The best part of waking up.
Fresco's better than just freshness.
I gotta have my pops. Hey, it can happen.
It's time for Sam Reacts.
Welcome to Splat Attack, where we're taking it back to the slime-filled past. I am your slime-tastic co-host, Alex.
And I'm your gagaway-tastic kid co-host, Samuel.
We got our Nick Jr. here, and you've got your Team Gagaway shirt on today.
My Team Brett.
Your Team Brett t-shirt, little Brett.
Yes.
And Brett's not going to be with us today. It's just going to be me and Sam. We're going to see little father and son going on here. What are you doing? Already the goofiness has started. Sit down. Your head's getting cut off by the screen. Today we are going to look at 4 different commercials, and we are going to do toys. So we're going to check out some toys toy commercials that came on when I was a kid and see what Sam thinks of those. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Shh, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Something hit blue in the town, spraying art with a blaster there. It's the color blaster. Pump, spray. Blast away! Extra pens and stencils sold separately. Color blaster.
It's a blast. It's like what you have. So you take paint and then see there's cut in this paper and then you fill in the cuts with your paint.
So you know what spray paint is, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like spray paint, except it's this. Essentially, you put a marker in this one little nozzle and you pump it so that you get all the air pressure, and then it would take that air and it would go through the marker and it would spray the ink onto the paper. And you said where it was cut out, it had little stencils, is what they were called. And then you could either use the stencils to make pictures, or you could make it completely on your own without using stencils. What'd you think of that? Do you think it was cool? You thought it was lame? What'd you think?
It's awesome.
I used to have one of those when I was a kid.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. You know what happened to it?
What?
Your Nana got rid of it.
Why?
Apparently they were recalled, where the toy company had sent everybody letters saying that they were unsafe because you know that air pump where people kept having to pump the air into it.
Yeah.
Some kids were doing it too much that the little air container exploded, and they recalled them. So I didn't have it for too long, but I remember I did that stencil with the car. It was pretty cool. All right, you ready for your next commercial?
Yes.
Most horrifying creation. Creeple people and mini dragons. Squeeze the goop into the mold and out pop different parts. Create your own mini dragons and creeple people. They're the creepiest.
Paint mini dragon heads or creeple people faces. Find creeple people in the weirdest places.
Creepy Crawlers Workshop. Your parents put it together. Light bulb not included. Creeple people and mini dragons each sold separately.
Didn't understand any of that.
What do you think it is?
A box that scares people.
A box that scares people?
Yes.
Like a Jack-in-the-Box? This is creatures pop out?
Yes.
Not quite. So you would take this little goo and you'd squirt it into these different forms, and then you'd put it in this pretty much an oven, and you'd let it cook for a while, and then when you take it out, all that goo would become hardened, and then you'd have these figures that you made, and they all look like little monsters, and then you could take those little monsters and put them around the house.
And what was the tube thing? And what was the people's heads? They were in tubes, and they're like, huh?
I don't know. It was just something to be.
They're in tubes.
Something to be spooky, so it'd be like a mad scientist laboratory. Obviously, that wouldn't happen in life. It was just something they did for the commercial.
Like, why were they in like a tube thing?
Just to be creepy. The commercial's all about monsters and mad scientists and creepy things, so they thought it would be funny to have people's heads in a jar.
In Stranger Things.
You know nothing about Stranger Things.
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do.
What do you think? Is that something you'd like to play with?
What?
The creepy crawlers. You'd make your own little creepy crawly monsters and put them around the house.
Crawlers! Yes, I do. What do you do with them?
Okay, let me ask you this. Would you rather play with that? Or would you rather play with an easy bake oven? See, boys, they had the creepy crawlers. Girls had an easy bake oven, but they were pretty much the same thing. The boys, creepy crawlers, you'd make those tiny little gelatin things and you'd put them around the house and play with them. Girls, the easy bake oven, it would actually make food. You could make your own cupcakes and things and you could actually eat it. Would you rather play with something where you get little gelatin figures, or would you rather play with something that actually makes food that you can make?
Probably figures.
You'd rather play with the creepy crawler set?
Yes!
Here's a third commercial.
Hey, mate, what do you do when you're surrounded by crocodiles? You run, you slide, you hit the bump and take a dive. It's Super Crocodile Mile with a new high-speed air cushion bodyboard and super drencher spray. But watch out for the croc. You run, you slide, you hit the bump and take a dive. Super Crocodile Mile with air cushion bodyboard and super drencher spray, new from Marshall.
It's a slip and slide.
It's a slip and slide with a bump right in the middle, so you bump off of it and land into a little pool of water. What'd you think?
It's awesome. Yeah.
That's something you'd like to play with?
Yeah.
I was afraid of that when I was a kid.
Why?
Remember the part of the commercial where they went into the crocodile's mouth and then it spit it back out and went backwards?
Yeah.
I was afraid that was really going to happen.
Is it really gonna happen?
No, it's not really going to happen. That's just something they did fun for the commercial, like the heads in the jar. But when I was a kid, I really thought that thing was going to eat me, so I was afraid to ride the crocodile mile. I'd rather just be on a regular slip and slide. Would you rather go swimming in a pool, or would you rather ride or go on a slip and slide? Is that code for pool? Well, now that you've spelled it. Alright, last commercial.
When the lights go down, it's an awesome scene. New flash the screen and step away. Watch your shadows stay and stay. Flash. With my lightning flasher and my glowing pen, I can catch your shadow and change it, my friend. I can catch your shadow and make it last. Total blast. Nickelodeon. Blast screen. Batteries not included.
What, her hair?
Yeah, like how did they make her pigtails do that? Like how
They probably had somebody on string. They had it on strings, and probably one person on each side held the string up so her hair would look like that. And on that glow-in-the-dark screen, you wouldn't see the little string. You just see her hair looking the way it did. What'd you think of the flash screen?
It's a samba.
It's a samba. What? Did you know that you played with a flash screen before?
I played with a flash screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I knew that.
Where'd you play with it at?
Like I had this like pencil thing, and then I could write stuff on me, and then I was like, shh.
Yeah, that wasn't a
then
flash
I'd do
screen,
that.
though. Do you know where you played with a flash screen?
Wonderworks.
Wonderworks, that's right. You got it. Remember, how did that work?
So it it said you could pose, and then it would count down, and then when I got to 0, it would freeze me, and then like
How would it freeze you? What would happen?
Like 3, 2, 1,
And then what happened?
and then I let go, and then it showed that picture of me as a shadow.
But what happened? Yeah, how did the picture get on the wall?
It's because of a stick.
No. There was a big light, remember?
Yeah, there was.
They would flash light, then
and then there was a green screen.
and then the screen was glow in the dark, and there was so much light onto it that whenever you moved out of the way, you'd see your shadow. That's what this was. This was a much smaller version of it, where they would take a flash and they'd have the flash go off, and then the screen would be all green because it was glow in the dark, and your shadow would be there. That's exactly what this is. Only they had a little flashlight on the bottom of it, and you could use it to write little patterns so you could make doodles and designs on it. But that was really fun. I used to have one of those too. My cousin had one of those, and she let me have it. I wish I still kept it. That'd be a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah.
But yeah, you liked that flash screen over at Wonderworks, didn't you?
So cool. I want to have it for my life.
Where was the Wonderworks at that we went to?
In Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge.
But what I thought it was PG Forge.
PG Forge? Yeah, that's what you keep calling it. PG Forge. All right. Well, I think that will do it for this episode of Sam Reacts. Until the next Sam Reacts, you guys have a great day, and we'll see what goofy commercials we can show Captain Goofy next time.
Yeah, my kid co-host. I'm the kid co-host.
You want to end the episode?
Splat you later. I'm the kid co-host.
I'm here with my friends.
I'm the doctor for you.
You never fly your kites where power lines go.
Get away.
Hot wheels leading the way.
It's time.
Beefy. Must be 18 years or older to call. Call 1-800-972-6644.
We'll be right back after these messages.